There's a little tangent there for Captain Marvel. Great movie.
Yeah, we just spoiled a bunch of shit.
I assume that we were just going to cut around that. Yeah, because we spoiled a bunch of shit about a movie that's not out yet.
It's out.
What have you guys heard of Captain Marvel?
I mean, not widely
I've heard
released.
it's
mediocre.
Mediocre, but gets better towards the end.
Sure.
Like, it starts out pretty mediocre, but then it's like, yeah, this is good.
Any chance to see more characters in that universe? It's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
I've seen people saying that, like,
yeah,
that this might be a reason to not see another solo Captain Marvel movie for a while, just because this one might, like, underperform for what they want, blah, blah, blah.
I'm more excited for Shazam, actually.
Me too.
Me too,
I'm probably going to see that in theaters for sure.
But I'm honestly more interested to just see how it handles over time, because you can't really, with Marvel, like, judge a character's first movie on a basis of how they'll perform over time. Because just look at Thor.
And we'll look at Iron Man 1.
Like,
too.
I mean, they completely changed his tone and, like, all... Yeah, and even Iron Man 1, like... It was a good movie, and it still is, like... It's good, but
it doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up as well as you wanted it to.
And then the other two kind of blew.
Same with Captain America 1. Like,
hey, I like Captain America.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But it did
really
not do
like
financially that great.
No,
not at all.
The Captain America series is like my favorite series.
Oh,
damn it.
Winter Soldier's like my top 3.
Yeah.
Love of that sauce.
Love of the sauce.
Love of that sauce.
We might get a game over, but that's not going to, like, set us back or anything. Well,
too bad.
Just to be safe, we're going to give a little save.
We're actually saving for the first time, okay.
Every other series, like, most of them are kind of mediocre.
Yeah, and there's some hits or misses, like the Thor Dark World stuff. I don't.
Thor and Thor Dark World, both of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Thor with the bleached face.
Where the hair on his head and his facial hair look fake.
Yeah.
They look like they're glued onto his cranium.
Bleached his eyebrows. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that's I think what really like doesn't do it. It's bleached on it.
They quickly fixed that though. Doctor Strange was only alright, you know.
I liked it for the visuals. That was great.
They wasted the fuck out of Dormammu though.
Honestly, that's what I'm expecting though. Is like something on the level of Ant-Man or Doctor Strange, where it's not like
I like
bad by any means. Yeah, but it's got things you can appreciate about it. But in the end, you kind of just don't really leave the theater feeling.
Because Ant-Man was trying to be a genre movie. It was trying to be a heist movie, which was
kind
interesting.
of like how Winter Soldier was trying to be a spy thriller.
It was going to be when they start doing genre stuff and not sticking to just superhero doing bombastic shit, doing like a genre like horror or something like fantasy, like with Thor, it gets way better. And Ant-Man was a heist movie, and it was a fun heist movie.
I mean, cross your fingers and hope that Disney. I don't see why they wouldn't. Or, I mean, like, I see why they would, and also I don't... God.
Disney or Datney?
I don't see why they would. But, like, I see both sides of it, where let's hope that, like, Phase 4, Phase 5, whatever, all that kind of shit, as time goes on, that Marvel as a studio, like, slightly separate from Disney, are able to make their own decisions of, like, well, we do want to do, like, a horror, hard R or not, but we do want to do, like, something in the vein of horror. We want to do something that's...
They'd never do a hard R.
Regardless of that, it's more of just like, I really do want to see them like, step out of just doing the typical...
I think that's what they'll use
Punisher
Fox.
would be a hard R.
I think that's what they'll use Fox for. Because Fox, they're still going to be doing like, you know, R-rated stuff through Fox. I mean, that's where Deadpool's going to live.
Logan, that's where Logan lived and died.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's going forward, you know. Most of that stuff's gonna happen on their other things. But main Marvel's not gonna fuck with that.
Which is a shame when you just kind of excommunicate yourself from doing stuff like that. I mean, you have a brand to whatever, but you're not appealing to other audiences that want to see something new and fresh. You're sticking to what you know, which is okay.
That's a lot of people's complaints too. It's just like, yes, we've seen the Marvel origin movie a million times.
Yeah, we don't need to keep throwing in these randos. Like, What other ones are they going to jump to after all the stuff ties up?
Are you kidding me?
What other ones are they going to jump on that are compelling enough, or more compelling
The Eternals are coming.
Don't know anything about that.
That's basically...
That's fan service
It's
stuff.
a Jack Kirby thing, and it's their chance to expand more of the cosmic stuff. It's kind of like Kirby was doing that, and then like shit fell through, and then he went to DC and did the New Gods stuff.
So you think
So
with
it's
the
kind of
next
like that.
with the next like Guardians, they're gonna tie some of that stuff with like Adam Warlock, and then that's gonna have its own spin-off, and then that's gonna tie into more
I don't know with
cosmic shit.
Guardians because I don't know when they're gonna do that. I know they're doing Eternals soon
Okay.
because they're already talking about casting and stuff for that. So
Just tumbling away over here.
that's
Don't mind
that's
me.
the only new property that I know is getting. Because otherwise, it's sequels to Strange, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and then at some point Guardians 3, and then we have Eternals, and we have Black Widow, and that's all we know for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. After all this kind of Infinity stuff ties up, I'm just gonna be like, take a break from this.
Well, that's just it. You don't have the big guns anymore. It's going to take people a while to get used to a world without the big boys.
They gotta really make it appealing then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way
To be fair, all the Thor, Iron Man, and Cap weren't like A-listers in the public's eye before movies came out.
No, I mean Thor, of course not. Robert Downey's
Or
been in
Iron
a lot
Man.
of shit. I mean, Downey's been like, nominated for Oscars.
But
and shit.
Downey was out of the business for a while before.
It was kind of like his comeback for sure. I know that, but like he's been in.
But I'm talking like
Shit.
the character of Iron Man himself.
Yep.
Like I remember I did a skit thing in fucking high school.
Nobody knew what Iron Man was.
No, but yeah, because we were doing it was a shitty like Guitar Hero sketch that we just wrote because we needed to write a bunch, and
Oh.
it got into one of our things. I don't know if it was Razzmatazz or if it was my first year of confetti, but
You came
anyway,
out with an Iron
one of the
Man
things
mask.
we were doing was playing Iron Man, and then we had someone come out in like a fucking cardboard like Iron Man thing, and people afterwards like, "Who's that? Who's that?" Like, it's Iron
What's
Man.
up with the cardboard box robot?
Like, it's Iron Man, and they're like, "Who?" And then the next year, the fucking movie came out. You know what I mean? So
Wow, you're ahead of the game. You should have jumped on that at that time.
But yeah, so it's like they weren't characters people knew. Because all the characters people knew were characters that Marvel sold off when they almost went bankrupt. So, which was Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, X-Men.
Really, people knew Daredevil more than Iron Man?
Well, I mean,
I'd say so, yeah.
Weird.
Generally.
it's not necessarily saying that Daredevil was bigger, but he was one that people were interested in the movie rights for.
I think if you showed people like a picture of Daredevil versus a picture of Iron Man, generally most people would recognize. If they probably wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, that's Daredevil," they'd probably just say like, "Oh, I recognize this more than the other,"
And also, this was the '90s when the cool kind of anti-hero dudes were
Fuck, can I use
big.
the bucket?
Daredevil was a little bit more harder edged.
Yeah, he is.
And Punisher.
He's a Jesus-loving boy.
Punisher, Blade, all those motherfuckers got sold off in the '90s.
Well, let's hope you don't get sold off in the 90s. We'll be right back. Leave a comment if you were sold off in the 90s.
The
We'll be
90s.
interested to hear
Say
about
that
that.
more.
Or if you had to turn into a gun-toting, pouch-covered, super cool anti-hero guy in the '90s, drawn by Rob Liefeld, let us know.
Yep, leave a like.
Also,
Comment,
do you
subscribe.
prefer the Stroganoff or the lasagna? Let us know. Leave a comment, like us. Make sure to ring that bell. Stay up to date on all our Fargonauts action.
And Stroganoff.
I think Broad show's Stroganoff right now.